All right, hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Undefeated channel. It's been a minute, but we're here, we're live, we're covering Barcelona news. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a quick look back at the match against Rayo Vallecano. Honestly, not a lot to talk about, kind of went as expected, so we'll go over the match stats and then we'll move on to the match preview. FC Barcelona taking on FC Porto at home in the Champions League. Some are saying it's a must-win. So we're going to be talking about Xavi's lineup. We'll give our predictions. We'll talk about some news surrounding that match. And we'll have some good conversation. All right. I want to get your thoughts, get your opinions. Let me know your questions. Give me your comments. If you're watching down on replay, let me know down below what you're thinking. Get your prediction in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you can be part of that conversation. You know how it goes. With that out of the way, my friends, let's kick things off the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
All right, here we go. This is a YouTube exclusive. We are not live on TikTok tonight, so just FYI. We are going to be getting into, like I said, a quick little match review. We're not even doing a good, bad, and Barca because honestly, it is tough to do with a match that played out the way it did against Rayo. So we'll touch on that real quick, but then we will jump into what, like I said, some are calling a must-win. We're going to take a quick look at Joao Cancelo's quote saying, "We are approaching the match against Porto as if we are in a final. We have to win it." We discussed this on the Más que un podcast episode 6, which aired earlier today. You can check that out. Más que un podcast on YouTube and Spotify. I digress. That's what we're going to be mostly getting into, okay? But we are starting with, like I said, that overview against Rayo Vallecano. So we got the 1-1 result thanks to that own goal late in the match. Florian Lejeune did everything he can to prevent Lewandowski from getting ahead on it, but put it into his own goal, saving us from that deficit there. Unai Lopez snuck one in the 39th minute. And when I say snuck one in, it was a rocket. I think caught our keeper off guard. Of course, Ter Stegen currently unavailable. And that actually reminds me, I got to make that update to the lineup. A little inside baseball. Anyway, we'll get there. If we take a look at the shots on target here, we got Barcelona with 4. We got Rayo with 4. That's unacceptable when we have 67% of the possession, my friends. Okay? Rayo getting the goal, bunkering down, but Barcelona not able to do what they needed to do to crack that shell. We got to do better. 596 passes compared to 293. We got to do better, folks. Got to do better. The passing accuracy was there, but we're not creating enough. It's just not the Barcelona football that we know and love. And I think that's what's missing. Hang on. Excuse me. Might be fighting off a bug here, folks. Don't know yet. Not willing to admit it. Not willing to admit defeat. I'm not getting sick this winter. It's not happening. Anyway, after this draw, this disappointing but expected draw away from home to Rayo, who we've struggled with over the past few years, we are looking at Barcelona. Oh, wait, hang on. Did Girona lose? Oh, they drew against Athletic Club. Thank you. Quick pause to look into that. Who got it? Inaki Williams, the equalizer. I love it. Thank you, Inaki. Okay, that's good. Let's get back to back to the table, please. Okay, so Real Madrid, Girona on 35 points. Atletico, Barcelona, both on 31 points. Athletic Club sneaking in there with Real Sociedad and Betis, 25, 24 points respectively. But that top 4, very tight. 2 teams with 35, 2 teams with 31. And we've got Girona and Atletico up ahead. Okay, before that, in Champions League, we've got Porto. So big matches coming up for Barcelona. I'm very excited about it. That's why I don't want to spend too much time focused on that Rayo match. It is what it is. It was the worst of Barcelona in terms of style, in terms of flair, in terms of lack of creativity, but it's nothing new. We've seen this before. It's been popping up here and there sporadically for Barcelona. It's the criticism that Xavi gets is we're inconsistent right now. And when we're bad, and we saw it against Rayo. Okay, so wipe it away. We're moving on. We're going to take a look up ahead to Porto. And before we get into that, it's worth calling out this tweet from Barca Buzz, who is, of course, letting us know that the 40-year-old Pepe has been included in Porto's squad for the match. Of course, a familiar foe with Barcelona, the former Real Madrista. Lots of memories, lots of red cards involved with Pepe. He's going to be there. This match is going to be kicking off 3 p.m. Eastern time. Not going to be able to be live for it, folks. Ooh, I know. We wanted to be live, but we can't make it happen, all right? During the week, it is tough to get off of work these days. Anyway, Connor, I see in the chat. Marek, I see in the chat. Good evening to you, folks. Connor, I will see you in the semifinal, sir. MLS discussion for another day, but I'll see you there. Anyway, if we look at the standings, Barcelona and Porto both sitting on 9 points for this one. A big opportunity for Barcelona to get a little space between themselves and Porto. That's what we want. We don't want to get a draw here. We don't want to take this into the last couple of matches. The last match, I should say. We don't want that. Can't have that. Okay, risking second place going into the round of 16 draw. No, thank you. It's a first place finish for Barcelona. Has to be. This is one of the easiest groups we've had in I don't know how long. This is one of the easiest groups I've seen for a European club in I don't know how long. So, gotta make it happen. Gotta get that win. We're gonna go over lineups. We're gonna go over predictions here in just one moment. I do need to fix one thing because I've got to update the lineup with Ter Stegen not being in there. So just a quick little zip update here. No big deal. We'll be done this in just 1 second. In the meantime, folks, a quick reminder. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the link here. We are still growing this community, the undefeated community, as they say. All right, I think we're ready. Move that here, move that there. Okay, all right. Now that we got that out of the way, we're good. Biggity boom, biggity bow. Okay, inside baseball, no big deal. Here we go, folks. Barcelona taking on FC Porto. Let's go over the lineup. First of all, Ter Stegen, not going to be available. So we're going with Iñaki Peña, who has his moments where he looks a bit shaky, all right? We can definitely say he is not on Ter Stegen's level, particularly with the ball at his feet. So we got to keep that in mind, but we're pulling for him. We're supporting him. Iñaki Peña between the posts, that's what we're going with. And we get Balde on the left. We get Cancelo on the right. That's a given. I don't think anybody was questioning that. Now here's where the questions come in. Center back pairings. Inigo Martinez has been playing quite well. Christensen, been playing pretty well. Araujo and Kounde, they're the two that have been a little bit spotty. So what are we going to go with here? What's the two that Xavi's going to rely on in the big matches? This is going to be a first glimpse. This is the first, quote, must win for Barcelona. I think we're going to go with what's familiar. I think we're going Christensen and Araujo. I know Barcelona have struggled to have the balance, factoring in Cancelo. All of last year, it was Balde on the left, Kounde on the right, and that kind of shifted us into a 3-back formation. Different game, different style of play, different tactics, different responsibilities on the defensive side when you have that balance with both wingbacks. So, Balde, Christensen, Araujo, Cancelo rounds out our back four. If we get to the midfield, we go Frankie, we go Pedri, we go Gundogan. No reason not to. I think this three can click. I think Romeo, I love you, buddy. I'm pulling for you, buddy. But we all know those limitations. It is a Braithwaite situation where he's just being asked to do too much. Shouldn't be in that seat. All due respect. Okay, all due respect. I'm glad he's getting the opportunity. Love to see it. Pulling for him. He'll have his moments, but we can't rely on Romeu. And he shouldn't be starting in these big matches. So we're going Frankie, we're going Pedri, we're going Gundogan. And then front three. Of course, it's Lewandowski in the middle, who picked up an injury last time we played Porto. So we're going to try to avoid that. We're going to try to get the ball in the back of the net. What he's there to do. Alongside him, we got to go Felix and we got to go Raphinha. To me, this right here, right, you got to take Gavi out of it because he is out for this season. Heartbreaking. But you take Gavi out of it, you look at this lineup, and to me, this is Barcelona's strongest lineup. You have Ferran Torres, who can come on for Lewandowski or Raphinha. You have Lamine Yamal, who can come on for a Felix or a Raphinha. If we get that 1-0, 2-0 lead and it gets late in the match, Romeu, I like the idea of him coming on for 10 minutes, 8 minutes, shut things down in that midfield. If for some reason we need a little bit more action offensively, you throw in a Fermin Lopez. All right, defensively, we got Inigo, we got Kounde. I like this. This is strongest 11 with a balanced level of support on the bench. I'm into this. I like this. This is what I think Xavi is going to go with, okay? Prediction-wise, this gets a little bit tricky. I'm going to stick with what I said on the Más que un podcast earlier today. Again, shout out to the boys. Check us out. Más que un podcast on YouTube and Spotify. But prediction for FC Barcelona hosting FC Porto in the Champions League, I'm going 2-1 to the Blaugrana. Barcelona is going to win this one 2-1 with goals from Lewandowski and goals from Ferran Torres. Easy peasy victory for Barcelona. I think we go up 2-0, then we concede. Again, Lewandowski, Ferran, Barcelona, 2-1, Champions League victory. Lock it in. Let me know your predictions down below. I want to hear you in the comments. What do you think is going to happen between Barcelona and FC Porto? What's the result? Who's the goal scorers? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you. Okay, with that out of the way, my friends, just some quick news, a little shout out to Frankie de Jong here. My man, having his little baby, born on November 21st. How about that? How about that? Born on 2/21 on the 21st of November even. Shout out to the number 21. Shout out to Frankie de Jong being back. I think he's going to lead us on to victory. Again, let me know your predictions down in the chat. And that's where we're going to do it, folks. I'm going to hop off. I know that these episodes have been kind of sparse, have been few and far between. We'll get back into things, all right? Again, if you miss me, find me on the Más que un podcast channel over on YouTube or Spotify. It's me. It's Pablo Woz Blanco. It's Buga Luis. We're chatting all things Barcelona. It's good conversation. It's a good hang. I'd love to see you all over there as well. Laura says, any idea of when Ter Stegen will be back? I think he's week to week. So I know not Porto. I'm hoping by, who would it be? By Atletico Madrid. I'm hoping is when he's back. But that's 2-3 weeks away. So we'll see. We shall see. Again, drop a like, show some love and support for the channel. Leave a comment. Let me know your predictions. And then we'll touch base on Friday. All right, we'll do a little good, bad Barca, a little match review for the weekend. I'll see you there, my friends. Thanks so much for tuning in